Tell us a bit about Being Human and your work on that.
My work on Being Human, I did the original pilot, got picked up, and I did 3 and a bit series, and my journey with George is finished now, but I had an amazing time, and being in that show and being welcomed by the sci-fi community has been something incredible. Sci-fi community, it sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? But, you know, the sci-fi fan base has just been amazing thing, really, an amazing experience.
Is it something that you haven't anticipated being so big? It's been huge, hasn't it?
It's been great. I loved it. So everything you do that you feel passionate about, you hope will do well. So it's an incredible feeling, exhilarating, and also very satisfying, and makes you feel very comfortable with the way things are going, because it's security, I suppose, and the fact that you're in something that people love and they want to watch. That's the best thing ever, because there's no point in making a TV show that people slag off or are not fans of. So to have something that people are really kind of devoted to is, for an actor, a very unique thing and very nice.
You've also been in Sherlock, haven't you? And that's something else that people are really devoted to.
Again, amazing. I mean, to be in that show is just, you know, I've done Doctor Who, Being Human, Sherlock. It really feels like I'm kind of stretching myself all over the place trying to pop up in sci-fi. Hi. But and yeah, an amazing thing. That's the most nervous I've ever been about something TXing on TV. I sat there, well, I went to a party at Friends the day before, and I hadn't really thought about it, and so many people have come up to me going, biggest show on TV, how you feeling? I thought, you know what, I'm feeling quite nervous now. I was fine before you said that. And so I sat down watching it, and my heart was racing, and I was checking Twitter. I had to turn it off. I'd actually seen it before. I sat and had a little sneaky preview with in the office with Mark and Sue Virtue and that, Mark Gatiss, and to see it actually go out, it's because everything I do is very culty and digital, and you know, a lot of people see it, but you can kind of go under the radar to some people. But that's like prime time, BBC One, bang, you're out there, like 12 million, 13 million or something. It's like the same with Doctor Who on Christmas Day when I did it with Kylie Minogue. That was the same, but I didn't have as big a part in that, and I felt more part of the ensemble. But this felt like, I don't know. So it's nerve-wracking, but thankfully I think I got away with it. No one's discovered me yet.
So you mentioned things like Twitter and like finding out what people were thinking of stuff and the fan base. Is that something that can be quite daunting, and is it something that you try to put out of your mind when you're doing stuff?
I don't think you can put it out of your mind. Well, I can't anyway. I'm a massive tweeter. If I tweet about what I'm eating, anything, I just like a load of old rubbish. I think Twitter is so important to the instant review of the public of anything now. Like you don't have to wait for a professional review. Everyone can be their own viewer, which is dangerous in itself, but it's kind of there straight away. It's like simple things like I was at Luton Airport a little while ago, and everyone was evacuated, and I didn't know what was going on, so I checked on Twitter in the search bar, Luton Airport, and it came up and said there has been a fire's gone off somewhere in Luton Airport, everyone's been evacuated. And I was like, okay, that's what it is. And it's like, it's just instant, and that's special and unique, and I think it serves sci-fi people very well, because sci-fi people seem to enjoy a good forum and enjoy a chat and the social side of it, because a lot of these conventions I go to, it's very social, and lots of people, friends would connect from all over the country, come together, meet and go to these conventions, and it's like having a pen pal, I suppose, and I think Twitter serves that. And in itself, it is kind of terrifying. If they do start slagging you off and people don't like you, you find that out as well, and there's no escaping it. But I'm a fan.
You're mentioning about the sci-fi community there in particular, and obviously you've done conventions and stuff before. Is it something that you enjoyed as a youngster, as a teenager?
I loved Star Wars, and I loved the Goonies and Ghostbusters, and I used to collect action figures, and they all used to battle and stuff, and the Millennium Falcon, and you know, all that. So to kind of be allowed as an adult to still sort of enjoy that and you're not going to get locked up, and it's fine. You can look at toys and you can, you know, get involved in that world is brilliant. It's you're allowed to do it here, and that's what's great. Because I think outside in some places, if you talk about it, you might get kind of stoned in the street. But also I think that's kind of current for now. I think what's gone before, the fact that Doctor Who came back, resurfaced and became like a phenomenon, it suddenly became acceptable to come out as a sci-fi fan, where I think before a lot of people kind of locked themselves in their bedroom underneath the duvet and read the comic with a torch, and kind of like, and especially the forums and Twitter and stuff, that's what I was saying. I think now it's kind of quite, you're allowed, you know, and you see a lot of kind of couples here and their partner's into it and the other one isn't into it, but they embrace it and they go, oh yeah, it's like, it's okay, it's not like terrible anymore.
They've got a big cosplay contest going on today, and there's loads of guys and girls who are dressed in amazing costumes. I don't know if you've had a chance to check it out yet. But if you were to take part in a cosplay contest, what would you come dressed as?
She-Ra. Probably not, I wouldn't. I would go as... who would I go as? Something skimpy. I'd want to show off my bod. How arrogant. No, I would...
3 hours in the gym.
Yeah, you know, you've got to get that in there. No, I would... who would I go as? I quite like the Ghostbuster outfit. Yeah. I think they kind of looks like quite sexy in a weird way. I quite like it with the gun and it's like a one piece, isn't it? Yeah. Like a quick fitter, but like different colour with a badge. That's what I'd like. If anyone wants to send me a Ghostbusters outfit, then feel free.
Excellent. I'm sure someone will do. Finally, what have you got coming up next?
The next thing, I've got things coming out. A few films coming out this year. I've got another film that's sci-fi based called Grabbers, which is about these aliens that descend on an Irish village, and the only way to ward them off is if you've got alcohol in your system, so the whole village has a lock-in. So that's coming out later in the year. A couple other films. I start shooting Him and Her again, which is a BBC Three show I do about a couple in a bedsit, and then I'm doing a comedy drama for ITV called The Job Lot, which is like set in a job centre. Which is very current for now. The current climate serves that, and that's me for the rest of the year. Really, there's a few other bits and bobs coming out, but
what can we expect from Him and Her in the next season?
I haven't read it. I don't know yet. I've actually got the scripts at home to read. I haven't got around to it yet. I think the same sort of, you know, going to move on, and Laura's pregnant now, and you know, where does that take her and Paul, and Steve and Becky's relationship is obviously going to deepen, and what's going to happen then, and I just think Stefan Golaszewski is just such an incredible writer, and everything he does is just, you know, amazing.